Hey everyone, welcome back to the show. Today, we are talking about something that touches every single person every single day. And yet, even though it is so familiar, many learners are not sure about the exact grammar and usage around it. We are talking about the verb wake and its companion, wake up.
Yes, and what makes this topic interesting is that it's not just about one word. It's about understanding how English uses particles to change or add to the meaning of a verb. And wake is a perfect example of that because wake and wake up are closely related, but they are used in slightly different ways.
The words today are wake and wake up, and we're also going to talk about other members of this word family like woke, woken, awake, and awaken, because they all connect to the same idea and learners often get confused between them.
So let us start right at the beginning. What does wake mean?
Wake means to stop sleeping, to come out of sleep and return to a conscious state, or to cause someone else to stop sleeping. Both of those meanings belong to wake.
And wake up means essentially the same thing, to stop sleeping, to come out of sleep, or to cause someone to stop sleeping.
So if they mean the same thing, why do we have both? Why not just use one?
That is the key question, and the answer is that while they share the same basic meaning, they're used in different contexts and with different grammar, and native speakers feel a difference in how they use them, even if that difference is subtle.
Let us start with how they are used in sentences. Wake up is the more common and more natural phrase in everyday conversation. When you talk about someone stopping sleeping in a casual context, wake up is what most native speakers reach for.
I wake up at 7 every morning. She woke up early today. He could not wake up no matter how many alarms he set. What time did you wake up?
In all of those, wake up sounds completely natural and everyday. It's the go-to phrase for talking about the moment of stopping sleep.
Now, wake without up is also used, but it tends to appear in more specific situations. Wake can sound slightly more formal or literary, depending on context.
She woke to the sound of birds singing. He woke in the middle of the night. I always wake early when I'm anxious. In those sentences, wake without up is perfectly correct and sounds natural, especially in written English and more careful speech.
So both are correct. Wake up is more common in casual, everyday spoken English. Wake alone is also correct and often appears in more formal or written contexts.
Now, let's talk about when wake is used to mean causing someone else to wake up, because this is where the grammar gets a little more specific and important.
Right. When you wake someone else up, there are two structures. You can say wake someone up or wake up someone, but the order matters with pronouns.
Wake up someone works when someone is a noun. Wake up your sister. Wake up the children. Wake up the baby. These all work with a noun after wake up.
But when you use a pronoun like him, her, me, them, us, you must put the pronoun between wake and up. Wake him up, wake her up, wake me up, wake them up.
You cannot say wake up him or wake up her. With pronouns, you must say wake him up, wake her up, wake me up. The pronoun goes in the middle.
This is a rule that applies to many two-word phrasal verbs in English. If the object is a pronoun, it goes between the verb and the particle. If the object is a noun, it can go either before or after the particle.
So wake up the children and wake the children up are both correct, but wake up them is wrong. It must be wake them up.
That particle and pronoun rule is really worth memorizing because it applies to many phrasal verbs beyond just wake up.
Now let's talk about the past tense because woke and woken are both past forms and learners sometimes confuse them.
Woke is the simple past tense. I woke up late this morning. She woke up before dawn. They woke when they heard the noise. Woke is used for completed actions in the past.
Woken is the past participle. It's used with have, has, and had to form perfect tenses. I have woken up at 6 every day this week. She had just woken up when the phone rang. He has not woken up yet.
So simple past equals woke. Past participle used with have, has, had equals woken.
And in American English, you'll sometimes hear woke used as the past participle too. He has just woke up. This is informal and not standard, but you may hear it in casual speech.
In formal writing, always use woken as the past participle. I have woken, she has woken, they had woken.
Now, let's talk about awake and awaken because these are related words that learners often mix up with wake and wake up.
Awake is an adjective meaning not sleeping, in a conscious state. Are you awake? She was still awake at midnight. He lay awake for hours worrying. Awake describes a state of being, not an action.
So you use awake after a verb to describe being in that state. Are you awake? She stayed awake. He remained awake. Awake is about the state of not sleeping.
Awaken is a more formal or literary verb meaning to wake up or to cause someone to wake up. She awakened to find herself in a strange place. The noise awakened him. Awaken is more formal and is often found in literature, formal writing, and figurative uses.
And awaken is very commonly used figuratively. The experience awakened something in her. It awakened a passion for art. The speech awakened their sense of responsibility. In these cases, awaken means to cause something to come alive or to be realized.
So, wake up is everyday casual. Wake is neutral and slightly more formal. Awaken is formal or figurative.
Now let's talk about the figurative uses of wake up because this is really important and comes up constantly in everyday English.
Wake up in a figurative sense means to become aware of something, to stop being naive or ignorant about a situation, to pay attention to something that was being ignored.
Wake up and smell the coffee is a very well-known expression meaning become aware of what is really happening. Stop living in denial. Pay attention to reality.
He needs to wake up to the fact that he can't keep making the same mistakes. Wake up to something means to become aware of or recognize something important.
She woke up to the reality of the situation and decided to make changes. The organization woke up to the scale of the problem too late.
So the figurative wake up always has this idea of moving from unawareness or denial into clear-eyed awareness, from a kind of mental sleep into conscious recognition.
And wake-up call is a very commonly used expression. A wake-up call is an event or experience that makes you suddenly realize something important that you had been ignoring.
The health scare was a real wake-up call for him. Losing the biggest client was a wake-up call for the business. The failed inspection was a wake-up call for the school.
A wake-up call does not have to be a phone call. It is any experience that shocks you into awareness.
Now, let me also mention the noun wake because it has a completely different meaning that is worth knowing.
Yes. A wake is a gathering held after someone has died where family and friends come together to remember and mourn a person. They held a wake for him the evening before the funeral. The whole community came to the wake.
And the wake of a ship is the trail of disturbed water left behind as the ship moves through the water. The boat left a white wake behind it.
And in the wake of something means as a result of or following something. In the wake of the storm, the town was left without power. In the wake of the announcement, the company's shares fell sharply.
So wake as a noun has these distinct meanings that are quite different from the verb. Knowing them helps you understand the word when you encounter it in different contexts.
Now, let us go through the most common mistakes learners make with wake and wake up.
Mistake number 1 is saying wake up him or wake up her instead of wake him up or wake her up. Remember, with pronouns, the object always goes between wake and up. Wake him up, wake her up, wake me up, not wake up him or wake up her.
Mistake number 2 is using woke as the past participle, saying, I have woke up at 6 every day this week. That should be, I have woken up at 6 every day this week. The past participle is woken, not woke.
Mistake number 3 is confusing awake, the adjective, with wake, the verb, saying I am awaking instead of I am waking or I am waking up. Awake is an adjective. It does not conjugate as a verb in modern everyday English.
Mistake number 4 is not using wake up figuratively when it would be very natural. Some learners only think of wake up as a physical action and miss the opportunity to use it in its figurative meaning of becoming aware.
Mistake number 5 is forgetting that wake can stand alone without up, thinking that you must always say wake up and never just wake. She woke when she heard the noise is perfectly correct. Wake alone is fine, especially in written or slightly more formal contexts.
Mistake number 6 is confusing awaken and wake up. Using awaken in casual everyday conversation where wake up would sound much more natural. Saying, I awakened at 7 every morning sounds overly formal and literary. I wake up at 7 every morning is much more natural.
And mistake number 7 is not knowing the phrase wake up to something, meaning to become aware of something. This is a very common and useful expression that learners should have in their active vocabulary.
Now, let me talk about something that connects all of this together, the family of words around wake.
Good idea. Wake up, woke, woken, awake, awaken, wakeful, sleepless. These all cluster around the same central idea of the state between sleep and consciousness.
A person who is wakeful is someone who cannot sleep easily, or who tends to wake during the night. A wakeful baby, wakeful nights.
And wide awake means fully and completely conscious, not groggy, not half asleep, completely alert and awake. He was wide awake and full of energy. She was wide awake long after midnight.
Wide awake is a great phrase because it emphasizes that the person is completely out of sleep, not just barely awake, but fully present and conscious.
Now, let us also talk about how you ask someone to wake up and how you describe waking someone up, because these are practical, everyday situations.
To ask someone to wake you up, you say, please wake me up at 6. Could you wake me up when you leave? Set an alarm to wake me up. In all of those, wake me up is the natural structure.
And to describe the action of being woken up by something. I was woken up by the noise of the traffic. She was woken up by a phone call at 3 in the morning. He was woken up by the sound of the door.
Was woken up by is the passive voice structure. It describes that something caused the waking. The waking happened to you because of something else.
Can you wake someone without using up? Yes, she woke me this morning means she caused me to stop sleeping. He woke everyone in the house means he caused everyone to stop sleeping. But woke me up and woke me are both natural and correct.
Wake me sounds slightly more formal or literary. Wake me up sounds more casual and everyday.
Now, let us do a practice round.
Ready.
You go to bed at night and at 7 in the morning, your sleep ends naturally.
You wake up at 7. Or you wake at 7. Both are correct. Wake up is more everyday and casual.
Your friend needs to catch an early flight. You ask them what time you should cause them to stop sleeping.
What time shall I wake you up? Or what time do you need me to wake you up? Using wake you up because the object is a pronoun.
You want to say someone is still in a state of not sleeping very late at night.
She is still awake. Awake is the adjective for the state of not sleeping.
You want to describe an experience that made a business team suddenly aware of a serious problem they had been ignoring.
It was a real wake-up call. Or it woke them up to the seriousness of the problem. Both use wake up in the figurative awareness meaning.
It's 9 a.m., you call a friend and want to know if they have stopped sleeping yet.
Have you woken up yet? Using woken as the past participle with have.
You are writing a formal paragraph and want to describe a character who stopped sleeping in the night because of a sound.
He woke in the night when he heard the sound, or he was awakened by the sound. Both work. Wake alone or awaken for formal written English.
Your little brother is sleeping and your mom asks you to cause him to stop sleeping.
Wake him up, please. The pronoun him goes between wake and up, not wake up him.
You want to tell someone they need to become aware of what is really happening around them.
You need to wake up, or you need to wake up to what is really going on here. Figurative wake up for becoming aware.
You handled every single one of those perfectly.
And listeners, I hope you were working through each one before hearing the answer. That kind of active testing is what moves understanding from your head into your automatic speaking and writing.
The patterns here are really clear once you see them. Wake up for everyday casual use, wake for more formal or literary use, woke for simple past, Woken for past participle with have, has, had. Awake for the state of not sleeping. Awaken for formal or figurative use. Pronoun always goes between wake and up.
And the figurative meanings. Wake up to something means become aware of something. A wake-up call is an experience that shocks you into awareness. In the wake of something means following or as a result of something.
Now, let us close with something I think will really encourage everyone listening.
Yes, this topic touches something every person experiences every single day.
You wake up every morning. You might wake someone else up. You might describe staying awake. You might talk about a wake-up call you received.
This vocabulary is not abstract or distant. It is as close to daily life as any vocabulary can be. And that means every single day you have a real opportunity to use and reinforce exactly what you learned today.
Notice the words around you. When you wake up tomorrow, think, wake up. When someone asks, have you woken up yet? Notice the woken. When a situation surprises you into awareness, think, wake-up call.
Connect the language to your lived experience, and it will stick permanently. That connection is what makes vocabulary truly yours.
Thank you so much for being here today. We hope wake and wake up feel completely clear and comfortable, and that you feel ready to use the whole word family with confidence.
Keep going, and we'll see you in the next episode.